Welcome to the Morning Vibe, where we share one positive message to help you get into momentum for the day, transform your life, and have an incredible morning. Today, we're going to be talking about having conviction without needing proof. And this was a lesson that I learned a number of years ago as I set my sights on going to travel the world. I was starting my business. I was about a year into, getting things up and running, getting clients for myself with my marketing agency at the time. And I set the goal to travel the world. Now, since then, I've been able to do that. But in those beginning stages, I was terrified. I was terrified. And that's when I first started to really understand what we're going to be talking about in this video, which is having conviction without needing proof. So when I took that leap, and I went over to Portugal, which was the first country I moved to at that time. And I was excited, right? I was excited, but I had no money in my bank account. I barely had enough money to even get by. And I had just signed a client for about 2.5K a month. And that was enough for me to take the leap. I was like, okay, I have money coming in. I'm going to book the flight. I'm going to go and I'm going to run with it. And a big driver for me was to get out of the current situation that I was finding myself in. I was feeling quite limited. I needed to grow. I wanted to expand. So there was a big driving force behind me with that as well. But I had no, logical reason to go and move to this place because I had no savings. I had no money to support myself in any way, shape, or form. So therefore, I had to lean into certainty and confidence and conviction beyond logic, beyond what people were saying, beyond the proof in my physical reality. Oftentimes we look at where is the proof that this works? Where is the proof that I'm going to achieve this? Where is the proof that I can get to my next level? But it doesn't exist until you create it from the inside out. It starts with you every single time. Because when I was in this process of, moving over to this place, I was still terrified. I was there and I had to figure out a way to generate income for myself every single day because I had moved to a new place, obviously new area, figure out all that. The price of rent was much, much higher. And I was now living in a place where, yes, there was incredible opportunities, incredible people, but there was still a lot that I had to figure out. And I was still just learning to support myself in that way without needing an extra income. So I had to be every single day waking up and being like, okay, I'm certain that this is just going to work itself out in some way, shape, or form. I was forced to just surrender to that. Now, of course, I would love to say that I was just sitting there and I was like, surrender, beautiful. I would love to say that I was like that, but I wasn't. At the time, I was panicking. I was freaking out. I was reacting quite a bit. And that was part of that journey for me because as I started to keep moving, and yes, I had the conviction, but the conviction was, it was wobbly. I'm not going to lie, but I had to keep continuing to grow that conviction over time, so that eventually I could start to surrender into the fact that I can just make this work. I can make anything work. And from that point forward, I was able to continue to sustain myself. So at every single moment, we have the choice to have full conviction in the direction that we're moving in, regardless of what the external world around us tells us. Because this is stepping into the zone of true faith, trust, and surrender as you move forward. Oftentimes, whether it's going to the next level in business, a relationship, a community, whatever the case is, oftentimes we can put these things on a pedestal and we can think that, right, once I start to see those things start to come into fruition, then I'll have conviction in myself. Then I'll have full confidence. Then I will let go. Then I will surrender. But it doesn't work like that. It starts with us first. We are the ones who create that. We are the creators of the reality where we have conviction. Like we have to create that from the inside out, which is why this whole journey is such an internal game, right? Every single bit of it is an internal game. Every single bit of it is an internal game. We have to have the conviction within ourselves to be able to live in a reality where that conviction exists and we experience that, right? It makes sense when you think about it, right? When you step back and say, hey, I want to live in a reality where I'm fully confident with who I am, what I'm doing, where I'm going. Well, why not be that now? Why not choose to be this now? And this is all well and good. This is great when we can talk about this and we can say, hey, it's all well and good when things are fine saying, I'm going to have full conviction in myself. Of course. But what about when times are going terribly wrong? When everything around you shows you the reasons why you should not have conviction, why you should doubt, why you should fear, why you should run away. That's where you need the most conviction. Because that's how you create miracles. That's where you're transmuting, actively transmuting the darkness of fear and doubt and uncertainty and lack. You're actively choosing to transmute that in the moment where it is so potent. And everyone around you will tell you why it's true, why the lack is true, why the fear should be something that you have in your mind. But when you choose to have conviction, you choose the light. You choose to be in alignment with all that is, with the infinite possibilities in the quantum realm, with the infinite capacity for you to receive exactly what you are meant to receive in this life. That's when you choose. That's when you make the choice to be in full conviction with who you are, full conviction with the path that you're on. When the clients leave, when the team members don't work out, when you're losing money and there's no reason for you to be able to understand how you're even going to pay it, or you're spending money on ads and your ad account gets shut down, or you're doing all of these different things and nothing is clicking for you, that's when you have the most conviction, because that is where you are being tested. And when you are being tested, that's when darkness, that's when fear and lack and uncertainty, all of these things dominate our minds. They dominate our soul. They dominate our body. They're almost in the room with us. But what happens when you're in a dark room? You go over and you switch on the light. Is there some darkness in the room? No, there's none. There's none at all. There's not even a single ounce of it. It's all light. So when we have full conviction in those moments when everything is dark and everything is uncertain and everything is scary and everything is not what we expected, we can choose to have full conviction in ourselves. And what we're saying in that moment is we're not only just saying that we have full conviction in ourselves, because that feels sometimes limiting, because we're like a human being and there's other human beings around us and we're trying to figure out our place in the world, our place within the market, our place within everything. We're trying to figure that out, right? Even if we're established, we're still trying to figure that out. What we're really doing is we're saying we have full conviction in the light of the Creator, in the light of God. Whatever it is that you resonate with, whatever wording resonates with you, that's when we have the choice to choose the light. The light is the abundance. The light is the confidence. The light is the conviction. The light is the proactivity. All of these things that we desire so deeply is a choice in each and every moment. Because when we surrender to that, when we surrender to the fact that we're not here on this journey alone, it's not just us battling through the day-to-day, trying to get by. Like, that's not what we signed up for. We signed up to have a certain set of lessons and a certain set of challenges that our soul, in this human experience, is here to correct, is here to work on, is here to dissolve. And as we dissolve those things, we raise up in our levels of consciousness. We find deeper alignment with God or the Creator. We work in alignment with the light instead of the darkness. And what we do is we start to grow and elevate in a way where we will still get tested, but now we're getting tested with our level of conviction in the Creator, in that connection that we have through our heart center, through our soul. That connection is always there. But it's up to us to choose it. You probably have many people in your life who are consumed by darkness. You see it on the news, you see it on social media, you see it in your friend groups. There's darkness everywhere. There's no lack of darkness. But there's also no lack of light, if you so choose it. So having full conviction in yourself and the path, regardless of what's happening in your external world, regardless of all the things that are perceived to be going wrong, let it all go. Trust that all of these things are happening for a reason. They're reformulating something within your life, and they're all here to serve you in some way, shape, or form, because it's coming from the Creator. It's coming from God. Every situation where things are going wrong, or things are going negatively, or things are not the way that you expect them to be, you can have full trust and surrender that this is going to bring something much, much bigger, much, much better at the other side, because it has to. And you know this because you've already experienced it. How many times have you gotten so stressed about something, so stressed all over the place, right? A couple of days pass, maybe even a couple of weeks. And then on the other side of that, you realize that, yeah, it was actually fine. Actually, all of that pieced together in some way, shape, or form. And now for some reason, everything is fine again. It always is. It's just that what we're talking about here is we're having the foresight in the moment. So we don't have to waste the time stressing. We don't have to waste the time being reactive. We don't have to waste the time getting angry or causing all of this, this baggage for ourselves by reacting to things in the moment. We can have full trust that right here, right now, it's already done. It's already done. And I think that there's so much power in choosing that in each and every moment. Choosing to have full conviction within yourself. Taking the risks, taking the leaps, taking the jumps, making the big moves that are going to move the needle for you. That you can then trust and surrender to the fact that as I make bigger moves, as I choose to move in a bigger direction, then yeah, of course things are going to fall away to the wayside. Of course, opportunities that aren't in alignment with this next level that I've set for myself are going to start falling away. Of course, relationships that I have in my life are going to start ending in some way, shape, or form because I'm going to another level. It's a natural part of our evolution. So when we find ourselves in this process of letting some things go and understanding that as we go to the next level within our life, and we have desire to do that for quite a long time, and we are ready to do that, things will start falling away. Income sources may dissolve, clients may leave, all these different things, because we're now evolving. We're going to another level within our own energetic state and our own mental state and in the physical world as well. And for that to happen, there has to be space for that energy to come in, which means that other things have to fall away. Other things have to be let go of because they don't match the new level that you're going to. And that's where you can understand that conviction that we're talking about is the conviction knowing that the other side of this is greater than what you're currently experiencing now. And that's why these things are falling by the wayside. The message for today: having full conviction without needing proof in your external world, regardless of what's going on in your life right now. Bringing that sense of proactivity, bringing that sense of light into the areas of doubt, fear, or darkness or uncertainty. Having full conviction that the path that you're on right now, even though it may seem like things are going crazy, at the other side of this is exactly your next level, greater than what you're currently experiencing. But can you have the conviction in yourself to be able to surrender into that truth and feel the pain of the things leaving and feel the emotions that are coming up? We're not saying ignore those things, feel them all. But then on the other side, understand what that's bringing you towards. It's opening space for those things to flow into your life. So that's the message for today. What's coming up for you? What are the things that are going through your mind right now? I would love to hear what's coming up for you in the comments below. That's it for today's video, guys. I will see you in the next one.